is up, y'all? Welcome to the starting line.
D-Pat.
And we are from Rock Racing TV or the National Rock Racing Association, and this is the starting line. This is the National Rock Racing Association's little weekly show that we do, and today we are drawing the numbers for finals, which are coming up this weekend, dude. I can't believe that it's finals already.
Just a short few days away.
Yeah, I can't believe that we are already there, and we've had an insane season already with some of the closest racing that we've seen in rock bouncing in a long time.
I agree, absolutely. It's been a tight year. It's been a quick year. It's gone by so fast. I feel like it was just February.
No doubt.
But tight racing, especially the last race, Dyersburg, man. I think the top five were only a second apart from each other. It's been an exciting year for rock racing.
Yep. If y'all were paying attention to Bikini Bottoms, you saw that our points leader in the bouncer class, the big bouncer class, Wade Good, actually was overtaken by Tim Cameron. Correct. Wade still on the podium, which is crazy. He was took home a third place, but he still. I mean, that just goes to show how close the racing has been all year this year.
Oh yeah.
You know, it was good to see Cash LaCroix out there in a big bouncer too, tearing it up, and also Dex Browder, who we haven't seen.
Dex definitely shook some things up at the last race. I mean, he definitely came out and shown that he is still a driver to be reckoned with, and if he shows up, he definitely is going to be a contender for that top spot, no doubt.
Yeah. Speaking of top contenders, man, we are in the office of one of the top contenders right now. D-Pats and I are on the road for Rock Racing TV, filming one of the episodes of Highway to the Hill. And you want to tell them who we're with? 2021 Rookie of the Year.
We are with the Digging Deeper Racing Zone, Justin Wills.
That's right, and also Gatlin Wills too. We're gonna be following those guys around for the rest of today, then tomorrow, and then the entire trip. It's gonna be 18 hours, y'all. This is what we sacrifice for you guys, for you guys at home, so you can see this stuff. We're going to be on the road for 18 hours on our way out to Disney, Oklahoma this time. Finals are in J again, which they've been for the last 2 years. But this time, Mid-America has extended their reach, and they are now in, would you consider the next town over?
Yeah, South Grand Lake, Disney is basically the next town over, next big town.
Yeah, you're probably talking about a 15-minute-ish ride from the park, not far. And real easy to navigate too. And actually, while we're bringing that up, I actually have some of the maps that we can bring up, Dylan, and kind of show them. What you're looking at here is an overall shot of where all of the hills are going to be. And if you look at the dates and the times, now you know where you're going to have to be at if you want to be catching the action. And there is going to be a lot of it, man. We are here for the National Rock Racing Association, but Dylan, there's going to be a ton of racing going on this weekend.
Ultra 4, short course racing back at the park, pit bike racing. It's going to be a busy weekend of racing. It's going to be intense. There's going to be some Ultra 4 racing happening at the same time as rock bouncing, so there's plenty of action to be seen.
MAO Racing Short Course Series is going to be finishing up this weekend too, which is huge. These are going to be available. So when it is closer time to head out, you'll have an idea of where to go. But for the most part, this is what you're looking at, and you can see that there are 4 major locations that you're going to want to know for the NRRA, specifically the NRRA events this weekend coming up, which is why we're here today, really. Dylan, you have a lot more experience with the hills at Disney than I do. Tell us about what the terrain is like, and then what you think about these hills. And I've got the maps, the layout, so I can cycle them through while you're doing that.
Yeah, it is hard and unforgiving. Disney is a lot less dirt and more rock. I mean, what you see here on the map, all that white, that is solid rock, and it is very sharp and it's got good grip to it, so you're not going to have to run as hard as you would think, but I think with, like I said, the racing being as close to the end, the competition being as close as it is, you're going to see some really hard driving, and it's going to be hard on equipment this weekend, no doubt. Viagra, infamous hill, tons of videos out on YouTube over the years. Bobby Tanner probably has one of the most famous one. So that hill will be a show, and I mean, a few years ago it was hard to climb. Now we've seen back in March several buggies that race for the series climbed it during an event for Mid America. That was the first time I had been to Dizzy myself and actually seen the hills in person. But I can say, one, there's great spectating down there for the races. And you're going to get a show. I mean, drivers, I hurt for your tires. I hurt for your wallets. I know it's going to be tough on equipment, but this is finals. It is going to be all or nothing. It's going to be the baddest race of the year. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, Nick. I mean, it'll be neat. It's a big area. There's a huge following for rock sports in Disney, Oklahoma. There's several events throughout the year that attract quite a big crowd, big meet run included. So really hoping that this event, Legends of the Fall, really shapes up in the years to come to become a next big meet run. A large gathering of off-road fans and enthusiasts that come to watch our sport.
What I really want to talk about is this last picture right here. Nasty Girl is going to be on the 29th, and that's what we're finishing up
season
racing with,
that's
right?
Our final hill of the year.
And tell us about Nasty
Girl is exactly its name. It is a long way up and a long way back down. I was actually not present when they climbed it back in March, but judging by videos, it's a long, steep, loose climb. It's actually one of the only climbs I think of this weekend that will be on dirtish hills and rock. Obviously, I know there's a big nasty ledge, and that's where the name comes from at the very top of the hill. That is quite the obstacle, and it's a make or break you. You can make it all the way up there and not be able to climb that obstacle and have to back down. So I think that Nasty Girl will definitely be one that shakes things up for these drivers, especially being the final hill of the weekend.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Before I forget, just for everybody that's watching at home, I just want to let everybody know that we are coming to you from Rock Racing TV's Facebook page. So if you have any comments, we want to make sure that you can hear us and see us. So let us know in the comments. But if you are going to comment and you want Dylan and I to respond to you, then you've got to go to the Rock Racing TV Facebook page and comment on there, because that's going to be the only way we're going to be able to hear you or see your hear from you or see your comments. Okay.
So here's Brian. Hi, Nick and Dylan. A lot of racing, a lot of awesome Dylan had photos. I'm going to try my best, man. These drivers are what deliver it for me. I'm just there to be enjoying it just as much, and these cameras, make a big difference for me. So I'm just gonna do what I love to do. So I hope I can have good luck this weekend, and I hope I can turn out some good stuff. I enjoyed Disney. I enjoyed the landscape in March, so I can't wait to get back there and with all these great drivers as well.
Okay. Mark, how are you, sir? Good. You guys say you can hear us all right. Prudence, we got the list back up there for you. We'll leave it up for a little bit. Mark, thank you, sir. And Miss Taylor. Got a screenshot. Okay, good. Yep, get that.
Reject Fab making the trip west.
Heck yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, Miss Taylor, we'll make sure that the image is available after this as well, okay? Because we want to make sure that you guys have. The thing is about Grand Lakes and Disney is it's extremely easy. There's really only one road that you need to be on, and if you put in Disney, Oklahoma in GPS, you're going to be on that road.
Yep.
And Mid America being a part of this, they are completely taking over Disney pretty much, or Grand Lakes or whatever. It's the reason why we say Grand Lakes and Disney is because it's a town, two towns that are right next to each other.
Correct.
So we're gonna, some people throughout the weekend will be in Disney and some in Grand Lakes, and you'll cross back and forth throughout the entire weekend. So that's why we use the two towns.
Yeah, the map, so your number 4, obviously that's where all the awards, that's where the main attractions will be, all your vendors, all your merchandising trailers, the food, will be located at number 4. That you can't miss. So you coming from either direction into that town, you're going to see that area, and then everything stems off of that. Mostly OHV trails come out of the main road. You can run side by sides and rigs down that main road, so you have no trouble getting from hills to campsites if you got them, and to the main, I guess the driver's area, or what we would call it, for our stage for our award ceremony later Saturday evening.
This is going to be very cool, y'all. The National Rock Racing Association and Mid America Outdoors is basically taking over a town, and I don't know that that's ever happened before.
Not yet.
Honestly, not since I've been doing this for the last few years. So I am very excited to see a little something different. Mid America has over delivered every time, every year with their award banquets and just everything that they've offered us. But now we're taking over a town and doing it in conjunction with Ultra 4 and like I said, in Mid America.
A town that loves what we do, especially. So.
Yes. Oh yeah. Big Meats Run. If you guys haven't heard of that, and you're wheelers from the Northeast or maybe down south in Alabama or Georgia or something like that, and you've never made it to Big Meats Run, I definitely recommend it. It's definitely a good time. But we are here to draw some numbers today, y'all, and we are going to get to it. So let's tell them a little bit about the rules about the drawing. First of all, we start with the class, and there's 6 classes throughout the NRRA, and we start with the class that has the most drivers, and we put the chips out on the table, and for the most part, nobody wants to get that number 1 chip.
No.
Nobody wants to go first. I will say, though, you mentioned it about the terrain. It's not going to change.
No, it's not going to change. Other than Naxigo may change, I would imagine, with multiple cars running on. But I would say it's safe to assume that Staircase and Viagra and Cialis are not going to change whatsoever. You may have an advantage running later in the day at this race to see if there's a better line that's developed, or someone tries something that was risky, but hey, it works, and now okay, I can try that as well. Running first, it's gonna be hard to pull first. I don't know. That one maybe be an unlucky person this race. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I'm always excited to see what Clyde comes up with, man, because he is a brainiac. He looks at property differently than most people do.
Yeah.
He looks at a piece of property and sees a race course. I look at a piece of property and I'm like, man, my house would look good on it or something. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. I'm always thinking about climbing hills.
Oh yeah,
like a heck of a race course.
Yeah. No doubt. Maybe you should be
going down the highway. I love looking at stuff off the road. Like that would make a cool race. I've always thought of would it be cool to be driving down the road, kind of do like what Street Outlaws done, but with rock concerts, where they just kind of unload the trailer real quick, go out there, hit some hills, load back up, and take off.
That would be.
That would be a super cool TV show if it were to come to fruition.
Yep, no doubt. There's also the number 2 chip is probably the second most hated chip, and here's why we do that. If you've never been to a National Rock Racing Association event, the way that the drivers' orders go is they start with the odds, so 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, so on, and then they do the evens, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on, okay? Then on hill 2, they'll flip and they'll do evensies first, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then they'll come back and do the odds, 1, 3, 5, so on and so forth.
Wyatt brings up a good point. The rocks aren't soaking wet. If you go first, you're right. With there being water at the bottom of these hills, potentially they could get slick and could get more difficult to climb as we go. So that's a good point, Wyatt.
The one of the most epic videos that I know of from Disney is Bobby Tanner.
Yeah.
And he is with a set of stickies, but they're wet. Mm-hmm. Just spinning tires to try to get up to the top. And Bobby had plenty of horsepower. It ain't about that. So, so you're right. And right now it's raining. They're expecting rain tomorrow too, and then Friday as well. It's a 33% chance, last I looked.
Yes.
So we could see some changes in what happens just because of the weather.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No dust.
No
dust. My
Usually
goodness.
this time of year, it's a little better for that kind of stuff. And Disney, like I say, being mostly rock, there will be dust, of course. You can't avoid dust with what we do, but hopefully is at the minimum, and it's not a Bikini Bottoms Part 2.
Or Rush Springs Ranch too. It seems like the last two races we've had have
brutal.
been brutal dust, and this will make a big difference because with the dust and stuff, you have to worry about motors, clogging air filters and so on. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can happen.
Well, that's just like water at the bottom of Viagra and Cialis. I mean, you got to go through a puddle to start. You could easily sabotage yourself. I've seen it at Big Beat Run, sucking up too much water and just losing your motor, basically, not having the power to climb those hills. So
Absolutely.
That's another factor. So we have several wild cards there this weekend. So.
Yep, no doubt. Also, another chip that everyone wants is the number 13 chip. This chip is what gets the driver. The driver can choose to go first or 13th in this case, because we only have 13 drivers. Well, normally it would be first, 13th, or last, but 13th will be last. So they'll either get to go first or last if they choose. So that is the chip that everybody wants. So that's the one that you should be looking out for. Now we're going to start out. Let's go to the chip screen here. And we are going to start with the bouncer class, as we normally do, because the bouncer class usually brings the most drivers. Now, I'm going to have to record this in two different areas. So if I just add, well, actually, you know what? I'll just do it. We'll just do it in one area.
Just do it.
All right. So we got 13 chips. 1, 2, I always count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, see? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So we got all the chips. I want to thank Miss Gatlin Wills for getting me my chips all squared away for today. Thank you, Miss Gatlin. She's currently in school. We're going to be linking up with her later on. All right. So, got all our chips ready to go.
Yeah, just shake them up.
Mix them up.
There we go. Yeah, now it's complete draw. Are you following it? Do you know which one is which?
Do you know where's number 13 at? Where's number 1?
There we are.
All right. All right, so let's draw our first driver, Mr. Consistency himself, Brandon Davis.
Yep.
He has had a heck of a year so far this year in
running 3 classes every race.
Yeah, dude, an Ironman of sorts. Yes. I mean, I think
that Can-Am has been proven this year. I mean, he's been racing it since I thought last year as well. I think he was running same Can-Am last year. So it has been beat on.
Yeah. All right, Brandon Davis, number 8.
Lucky number 8.
Thank goodness, because Cheryl always gets mad at me when I have to put him first.
Yeah, I don't think she can complain with that.
No complaint on there. All right, next up, Daniel Heckley. Daniel's a top 5 driver at least. Let's see, Miss Paige Ratcliffe, Trent, name's supposed to be on the list. You can find out why he's not on the list.
That's the list we got this morning. So that must be a communication breakdown of some part of us. So we will add him to the list and make sure if he is for sure going to be there, we will definitely get him on the list. Yeah,
Miss Ratcliffe, if you do me a favor, I'm going to add him on the list here. But if you do me a favor, please, and get with Clyde. Get with Clyde. And he'll either say, "Yeah, my bad," or he'll square me away. But he's on there now. And is there anybody else watching right now? Do you see any? If you see anything like this, try to hit me up before we get too far into it here, because I don't want to get over the drawing and then we're trying to make changes.
So let me get another chip so we can add.
Yeah, chips right behind me in my bag right here. So I'm going to get that 14 chip. And you know what? We just, let's make it fair. Brandon, if you get number 1, I'll let you.
I think he wants you to not redo his and leave it as number 8, probably.
I'm sure he does, but let's make it fair. Let's just start over, right? What do you think? Or leave him as number 8. We'll just throw the number 14 chip in there.
What does the jury think that's watching this? Should we
Yeah, what does
redraw for
everybody think?
Brandon now that we've added a 14th chip, or should we leave him with 8?
Yeah. Really, it's the drivers I don't want to get.
Yeah.
I'm sure Brandon wouldn't care either way, but
I agree
but
with you, Paige.
it's finals. It's finals.
I agree with you, Paige. I wouldn't want him to go first either.
Right. Yeah.
Nope, he is not a late entry. That is noted.
Yeah.
Leave him at 8.
Leave him at 8.
Says.
Okay.
That's
Why?
A driver.
Why it is a driver representation here? So there it is. We're gonna leave him at 8. It's not like it's number 13. If it was 13, I'm sure somebody might.
Yeah, redraw.
Yeah. All right. Let's get on to Daniel Heckley next. All right, Daniel.
Yeah, you gotta go the other way.
All right, number 5.
Number 5 for Heckley.
Number 5, stay alive. Daniel in that monster. He poked a hole in what, the oil pan at Hot Pride?
I don't know what that was. I don't think it was.
There's a transmission pan.
Was it the oil? No, I don't remember. He told me.
It was oil. It was either transmission oil or it was engine oil, or both.
Yeah.
Because I know it did a significant.
I have
amount of
several
damage.
pictures from Hawk Pride. Actually, I intentionally took up the ground on the first hill because of how much fluids were left on that racetrack.
That was wild.
Yeah, it was definitely a rough one on some buddies.
Man, what a day that was. Okay, next up is Jack Porter. Jack Attack from Venom Racing.
Number 3.
Number 3, Jack. All right.
I'm seeing that Jack just the other day got his new transmission.
Yes.
Fritz, so he should be ready to rock.
Yes. Fritz transmissions, man, they are always bailing people out. Our drivers come to them with freaking 0 time left, and they end up getting them out. Yeah. All right, Big J Storts Racing, number 7, Jay.
Lucky number 7.
Number 7.
All right, John Hammett in the kill shot.
Yep. I hope we do get to see him. We got to see him at Bikini Bottoms. Yep. He's got that thing on kill, man.
It's wrapped up, all right.
All right.
Number
Dead
14.
last.
I'm sure he's happy with that. Unless, like Wise says, the hills get really wet.
Yeah.
Wise said, that's bouncer blood. It's Halloween. See, they were bleeding all right.
They were bleeding at Hot Pride. They were. That's
bleeding.
All right. Next up, Jonathan Andrews. We haven't seen Jonathan a whole lot.
Seen him at Hawk Pride. I think that was the one race he's been to.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
No, he's
so
been
far
busy.
this racing. And let's explain this real quick, y'all. Jonathan Andrews is a seasoned driver. He signed up for the entire season. And so no matter what, we will draw them a number. Even if we know that they're not coming, we will still draw them a number.
Yeah, because it kind of gets that wild card factor to the drivers that are there. So.
It does. And also, we've also had instances where people have been able to drive, or that driver has found a replacement driver,
yes.
which you can do, so you can still get those points, in which we would put that replacement driver in that position.
Mm-hmm. All right, Justin Wills, hopefully is not right behind this door.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him
on
to.
this. So let's not draw like number 1. We may have to get out of here real quick.
Right. We may not be allowed. We may have to fly back to the races.
Oh,
no! No!
Man, he couldn't have planned that. Oh boy. Okay. Well, he'll find out that later, or if he's watching this, he's gonna know right now.
Or Christy's watching.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Justin.
Wow.
You know what though? Like Wyatt said though, it may be a blessing to go first.
Yep.
Because that hill is going to be dry.
Oh,
potentially.
gracious.
I mean, depending on weather and so on. But because I don't think they'll be doing well. The UTVs might be pre-running.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
But we'll see. Again, with this in this race, the wet rocks may cause some serious problems.
It definitely made some issues at BMR. I remember them getting wet, and it was a struggle to climb them hills then. So, who we got?
Kenneth Cozine.
Mr. Cozine.
Bad Donkey. Number 10,
Number
Cozine.
10. All right, now we're down to, we got Matt Holt. Number 11, Matt. Congratulations.
You think we'll see Matt finish a hill?
I think so. I know he's had some issues this year for sure. Definitely gone through motors. Plenty of breakage, so let's hope he, after making that long trip, he has enough luck to get through these hills. Because it's a long drive. All right. 5 chips left. 5 names left.
Yep. Randall Key up next. Probably one of our oldest, if not the oldest, driver that's been racing with us the longest. Maybe not necessarily the oldest, but been racing with us the longest. Randall Key, the OG, one of the OGs of the sport. Number 12, Randall.
12. We still have yet to see that number 13, so we know one of these last 4 names are going to grab that lucky 13. Jack, you're almost there. Well, we got a little ways to go.
We're on the other side of the
to
country
seeing you,
right now,
brother.
dude.
Yeah.
Jack Hollingsworth, if you are not following Delta Drone Works, get on over and check Jack and all his workout, man.
He is our drone pilot.
Yep, and he's been killing it.
Any of that drone footage you've seen throughout this year is Jack.
Yep, it's all Jack. He does a great job. Definitely brings a different aspect to the race.
100%.
Unbelievable. All right, Scott Goforth, another OG of the sport, been racing since the very beginning. Number 2, sir.
Number 2, Scott Goforth. All right, 3 chips left. Lucky 13 still on the table. The 2 top drivers next to get called, followed by Trent. We'll see if Trent will get number 13.
Yeah.
It's not intentional.
Okay, everybody, we're going to have a quick cameo from 2021 Rookie of the Year, Mr. Justin Wills, letting us hang out. Can you scoot down a little bit, get down in there? Yeah, yeah. We were just joking about it. We were like, hey, we're going to pull him a number 1. He's going to make us walk to Jay. Sure enough, dude. Sure enough. Well. Everybody on here has been watching knows that I do it a complete. It is all by chance.
So you got to get running. What you said?
So number 1. Okay. All I gotta do is what?
Y'all, Taylor from.
Y'all jinxed him. You might have, I guess.
From Reject Fab says y'all jinxed him.
It pretty much worked out like that.
That'll be alright.
Miss Prudence says, "Hey Justin, can't wait to watch you run this week."
Right.
Prudence Giles.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Cool deal.
Well, let's see. We got 3 more to draw here. Tim Cameron's up next.
And he is going to be the lucky 13. Look at that.
He can choose to go first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have 1 motion to make Timmy run first. So, and he might. Wyatt had brought up a good point about it. Once these hills get wet, they're going to be a lot harder to climb. So, if the first person off the line is going to have the driest hill.
All right, next up, Wade Good, currently sitting in 2nd place, is number 6. Number 6, Wade.
All right, and that leaves 1 number. Does anyone know what the number is, real quick?
I haven't been keeping track. I haven't been paying attention.
I think it's 5. No, 5.
4.
Number 4.
Trent
Number
Bradford.
4, Trent.
All right, y'all. I'm going to leave this up on the screen for a little bit so you can record down your numbers. We will put them all in order after we sign off here and to be able to post them.
Yes. Alicia, you got to run?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep, we'll be ready.
I'll be back.
Okay.
up next. I'm going to put up the UTV Cup Series while I'm putting these chips back out. If you see that your name is not up there, please let us know as soon as possible, okay? So we can get.
Or if you know a name that's
or if you know somebody that's supposed to be
there,
on there, yes.
That's not
that's
registered,
right.
please let us know.
That's right.
If not, they will be drawing first.
Mm-hmm.
After this is over, they will be stuck going first.
And what Dylan's saying is if you are a late entry, if you did not pre-register, you will be the person who's going first, Justin Wills. They will ask him at the drivers' meeting if he wants late entries to go first, and 9 times out of 10, the answer is yes. All right, I'm gonna pull this down here. And let's get on to. I can't believe we pulled him first, man. That is unreal.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
I can't believe I did that. For everybody at home, I was looking at him through the window. He's through a glass window here. And the look on his, the disappointment.
True, like
true disappointment.
You're kidding.
All right, I got 13 chips. We got 13 drivers signed up for the UTV Cup Series. Fun fact about the UTV Cup Series is you actually have to have at least 260 points to race it at finals. It is a Cup Series. You've got to be chasing the points. And so all of these guys who we're about to name off right here are either seasoned drivers, right, which we said they get their number drawn no matter what, or they've made it at least to a few races to get the 260 points. Mix them up a little bit, and we're gonna kick off with the man himself, Brandon Davis.
B-Rand Davis. Well, Brandon,
you and Justin can share in the excitement of going first.
Oof, man.
I mean, I don't know why I feel so bad, dude. I like literally feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to be drawn.
I wouldn't want to be going first, so I get it. I get it. All right, this next guy, Cash LaCroix, just had a birthday. One of the fastest kids I know out there tearing it up. We saw him at Bikini Bottoms. He stood on the podium for UTV Bounty in second place. Stood on the podium for UTV Cup in second place. So in a 7-year-old Polaris UTV bouncer.
Yeah, what has he been racing that since he was 9?
Yeah. Yeah.
9. I think it was 8 or 9.
8 or 9. Yeah. I knew it was only a year or two in.
Trent will not be running UTV.
That's where.
So
that's what it is. Then okay. All right.
Clyde put him on the wrong list.
All right. Then that's what it was. So
he had raced UTVs all year.
All right. Good. I'm glad somebody caught that.
Yep. So we are gonna shed 1 chip. Oh, it's okay. We'll just have 1 left on the table, probably.
Oh no, because I can't have 13. I gotta take the 13 chip out. And I'll just flip these back over, and we'll keep going.
13's right there. Okay. That's where the mix-up was.
Okay. Just a clerical error, but we're going to keep moving on here. All right, next up, Cash LaCroix, number 10.
Number 10, Cash
Number
LaCroix.
10 for Cash LaCroix. What do you say?
Mark said, I'm sure he would run 1 if someone let him. Probably won't come back in 1 piece.
Yeah.
Old Trent ain't scared. He is hard on his
easy.
equipment, but he is not afraid to use it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It's called racing, man.
Yep.
All right, next up, Clay Kaysen.
Man, Clay's had a heck of a year. Took probably one of the scariest rolls I've seen on a hill at Rush.
Probably one of the most dangerous, or probably one of the most endangering for our drivers. Violent.
It was violent. It flipped so fast and coming down and coming smack dab against a tree was definitely something that could knock you silly. And he managed to finish that race course, finish climbing the hill first, and finish that entire course, which was something really awesome to see. Shout out to you, Clay, man. That was
dude,
that was awesome.
Yeah, you got heart. You get the heart award for that one, and actually, he won the skinny pedal award. For that run.
That was a pretty wild run.
That was not. If you ask all these drivers, they'll tell you the skinny pedal award is not necessarily the one that they want. However, it is the one with the one of the coolest awards. So.
That race was hard to vote, man. I mean, Clay was going for distance. Clay was going for speed, it seemed, on his skinny pedal award, and Cozy was going for distance with his because, man, I was wild to see that tire go as far as it done did. Yeah. That was a wild run.
He was a third of the way down the hill, and that tire and wheel went all the way down the hill, bounced across the short course track and out into the crowd. Thankfully, it rolled up against another Jeep tire, and nobody got hurt. So, but it was pretty scary there for a minute.
I hated that for him coming apart like that because he had a heck of a run going.
He did. He really did. He really did.
Clay number 2, which I believe is where he's sitting in points right now. I believe he is second in the cup. All right, and Clint's gonna run both classes of finals, is he? Cool.
All right, Clint Garrison. Number 8.
Number 8.
This guy has really been impressing me lately. And we saw him actually, which I'm surprised we didn't see Cooper on the Big Bouncer list, but that might be something that they want to get dialed in and not chance wrecking anything, breaking anything. Get the thing dialed in and perfect for Cooper. What we're talking about is new to him, reject fab buggy that was money shot at first, then it was jerry rigged, and I don't know what.
Jerry shot is what we could call it.
Jerry shot, yeah.
I really like Money
rigged.
Shot. I love the name Money Shot when it come out.
Yep.
One of my favorite reject chassis. I wouldn't be opposed if he wanted to keep calling it Money Shot. I definitely like that. Or if he wants to come up with a name of his own one. All ears, man.
It's his now, man. And he did very well at Bikini Bottoms. Yeah. He did very well for first time driving that thing in a race. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, number 12.
Number 12.
Cooper Bentley. Cooper also runs, we're going to see his name a little bit later on in the UTV Bounty series as well, which is wild because those guys run the same hills as the big bouncers. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
I feel like he'd have to rename it something like chocolate milk related, since that's something that we always hear.
All right. I don't know if this is a typo. This guy never usually runs this event, and we've already had one typo, but I'm going to draw him a name anyway.
He's done.
Dan Carter is one of the top drivers in the UTV Bounty class and one of the top drivers in the UTV Stock class and the Rock Life Off-Road UTV Stock class as well.
He has 3 buggies, so I think
he does.
I think he's making a trip all the way there. He figures he's going to get as much running and racing in as he can.
Yeah, so. I would too, man. Absolutely. All right, Mr. Dan Carter, number 11, sir.
Deal.
Number 11.
Yep. Hopefully he got a way to get all 3 of them cars inside that trailer this time.
Yeah.
I know it was fun when we went to his Highway to the Hill episode. We had to do some Jenga.
Yeah, speaking of that, man, if you haven't seen Dan Carter's episode of Highway to the Hill, you can check it out on YouTube only on Rock Racing TV's YouTube channel. Get on over there and check it out. And while you're at it, if you don't mind, give us a follow. And we're going to have many more episodes coming up now that the off season is here. I'm going to have a lot more time to be home and editing. So we're going to be pumping those episodes out to you guys to try to keep you entertained while it's the off season.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got next here. DC Thompson. DC has made a huge improvement this year as well too, with that new buggy that they came out that he released at Wildcat.
Yeah. DC's been on a mission, man. He is.
Yep.
I felt like it was always kind of like everyone said records or checkers. He's had a whole lot less records this year.
Yep. And a lot more checkers. Yeah.
As long as his buggy don't quit on him.
Yep.
He's been the man to mess with.
Definitely one of those wild card drivers that could tear up those points, if not, chasing the points themselves. Wyatt, when is the next or second episode of Dan's coming out? It'll be, I need a little bit of time after we get back from finals, but I'm going to be getting on that episode as soon as I'm done here.
Yep, that will definitely be the next in line for sure.
Yeah.
All right, these next two names are definitely another set of contenders this year. They'll come out and race every single race. I believe they were in Texas. Were they in Texas? That may have been the one race. Kings, were you in Texas?
I can't remember if they were in Texas or not.
No, but they have seen them at every single race and definitely making a name for themselves.
Yep. Miss Madison and her brother Nathan both racing in multiple classes, which is a lot on their dad.
Yeah.
Trying to keep two cars going, but that family is dedicated.
I think they showed up at Bikini Bottoms with a heck of a trailer hauler.
Yes, yeah.
I think it looks real nice.
Taking it serious.
They are getting committed. I'd say they're already committed.
Oh yeah.
Racing all these races with two different machines and multiple classes is a lot to do.
Yep. All right. So Madison got number 9, and Nathan got number 4, and we're gonna see both of these names come up again as we're drawing down all classes.
All right, now let's not make sure we jinx this one, so I'm not going to say nothing.
Well, there's not 13 drivers, so.
Oh, so there is no lucky 13
so he can't get number 13.
Cup class.
No.
I'm surprised we don't give him up with another lucky driver when we have that list.
Lucky, like another.
Like a number 7, like that would be a lucky number?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not going to do that. That doesn't count.
No.
He's getting number 7, and that's 7.
What are you guys that are home watching, though? What should we do?
Should we have a number like that if we don't have 13 and don't have that lucky 13 to draw? Should we create another before we even start picking numbers? That's the lucky puck, or just leave it as there is no lucky chip.
All right, Tyler Bradley, number 6, sir.
Number 6. Tyler, another very committed driver. Been to every race this year. Drove all the way down to Texas. Had some very bad luck on, I think, the first hill, and that was a bummer. Yes, number 2, says Clay. It would be decided before we draw your number, but as long as we have your vote to do so, we can make that happen in the future.
And then Mr. Wyatt Wilson himself, who we were actually filming with for the last race. We were filming his episode of Highway to the Hill.
Oh yeah.
For Bikini Bottoms.
A lot of fun with Wyatt.
Oh man,
y'all hang out with Wyatt at the races you need to. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Speaking of that, man, I want to just take a second to say when we're at finals, if you're coming to spectate, come see these guys. Come if you have the opportunity, grab them and bend their ear about their buggies, man. They, we follow these guys around all the time, and it is literally blood, sweat, and tears. 100% all the time. These guys are not born with a silver spoon in their mouth. They're not. This isn't daddy's money. This is straight up work hard and go play hard on weekends. And
absolutely.
And they love their machines. Their machines.
They'd love to tell you all about it.
They want to share in that. Yeah, for sure. All right. So we're gonna do UTV Bounty next. UTV Bounty is up on the right-hand side. I left the UTV Cup up there for a minute. If you needed to write down
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 9. Wyatt, I like that idea. That's a good suggestion. The last number, if there isn't enough, okay. That's something that could definitely be addressed next year. I don't want to do it now because I think it may be a little unfair, but I like that idea. I think that would work. I think there should be the opportunity for every class to have that lucky chip. So.
All right, UTV Bounty. We briefly discussed how these guys are kind of not wired right, and the reason why is because they sign up for a class where they are running hills that machines with double the tire size, double the horsepower, double the suspension travel in a lot of cases are racing on. And these guys have to try to make a car that is severely handicapped go up these race hills.
Yeah. is quite wild to watch sometimes. I mean, you could see some where there is no one that makes it, but being there for when someone makes it is pretty awesome. I mean, you can't help but get excited and jump up and down.
It's very few and far between, though.
Yeah.
Really.
No, especially this year, I've seen a lot more hills climbed than denying drivers. These machines and the talent behind these drivers has really come a long way over the years. I mean, there's a lot more strategy involved in it than I think there was in the beginning, and we're seeing some impressive things happen this year for sure.
No doubt. All right, let's start off with Clint Strain. Clint, number 3, sir.
Clint Strain, a new name. Have we seen Clint race with us before?
The name sounds familiar, but it's not on a. I haven't seen him race regularly.
Well, Clint, if you're watching this, you are number 3. Look forward to seeing you at the races.
Yes, sir.
He may have raced at Hot Springs. I can't remember. I think there was a Clint at Hot Springs.
All right, next up, Cooper Bentley. We mentioned Coop racing, and I think if he continues with this is just me, I'm not a racer, but a lot of the drivers will race on Fridays or with the UTV stock class or UTV Cup, so they can kind of get in that race mode, maybe get a feel for the terrain or even the hills that we're racing on. And to me, racing in the UTV Cup class is a no-brainer because if you're also racing in a rock bouncer, you get to pre-run the hills in race time.
Yep.
You know,
no seat time like race time.
That's right. Number 8.
Number 8, Cooper Bentley.
Dan Carter. Mentioned him in the last drawing.
Dan man.
Dan and Cooper Bentley are battling it out for that number 1 spot right now. Some more good racing there. Dan Carter, number 2. Dan Carter.
The second set of tires on the hills Saturday. Or actually, I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I don't know exactly the lineup. If we're running all 3 classes or all the classes on Thursday and everyone Friday, or how we're splitting that up yet. So that information will come out.
Yep, for sure. All right, next up, DC Thompson.
DC number 7.
Towards the end of the pack here.
Mr. Joshua Olivan.
Joshua's missed he had quite a hard hit at Visions.
Oh, man.
And I know that he's got something new in the making, but we haven't seen him.
I know he's got a lot. I know he's been busy with work. He lives up by me.
Okay.
He's a paintless dent removal technician. Does a lot of hail repair. Very talented at that as well. Unfortunately for him, he's got one of my favorite photos of the year. Is him doing a pretty much a handstand on the 1 tire where things coming apart at Visions. It was a heck of a shot. Heck of a crash, though. It definitely tore some things up. We haven't seen him with us since then, but hope to see you at Disney, Josh.
All right, Madison King. King's back up again, back around.
Number 4.
Number 4, Madison.
That's what Nathan drew in the last round.
They all run together for me, so I don't pretend to even try to memorize where anybody landed because,
Okay. 3 names left, 3 chips left. Nathan, number 1.
Number 1, Nathan.
Yeah, that's what you get for rocking that 01.
Yeah. Bo and Luke Duke would be proud of you, Nathan.
That's right, man.
They'd be proud.
I hope he's got that horn fixed. I heard that horn in a race now.
That is a very unique. Everybody knows it's Nathan coming to the line. All right, Spencer Grindstaff. We saw him back racing again.
Yeah, in a different buggy.
In a different buggy. So
old but new to him.
Oh, yep.
And revamped entirely. If you did recognize it, you know that Jonathan Gibbs was in it and had a heck of a pancake at Visions of 2021 that pretty much rendered that buggy totaled. So seeing it been rehabbed and brought back to life by Spencer himself is pretty neat. I know Spencer's been doing a lot of fabricating work on the side. And
we're talking about a kid that graduated high school this
past year. Yeah.
This past year.
So he's definitely
killing it.
Got a heck of a head on his shoulders.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep, I like how it looks now. It looks really good.
Dead last.
Number 9.
Dead last, Spencer. All right, we're making progress, y'all. I know these days these episodes tend to go.
Mr. Bradley, number 6.
Episodes tend to go a little long. All right, I'm going to drag that in the middle of your screen there. Write down any numbers. And we are going to put 8 chips on for the UTV class. Our youth UTV class. Youth UTV class. All right, so we got 8 chips out on the deck here.
Mm-hmm.
You've got UTV Youth, RC Metal, the Rock Life Off-Road UTV Stock class, and then the RC Plastic class. These RC classes, dude, we've got drivers coming from literally each coast, from Maine to Oregon. No joke.
Yeah.
No joke. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, we've seen some people travel far and wide to compete in the
To
RC
race
class.
in the
It's been
RC
pretty cool.
class, yep. All right, first up, Miss Ava Gardner. Number 7, Ava. This little class has blown up, man, and I'm very excited. This is our first year, and I would dare say the most successful class of a rookie season that I've seen since I've been a part of this series.
Yep, been growing.
Yep. The UTV stock class suffered last year a little bit. It's gotten better this year, and then the VIN class I feel really suffered this year. Which one other note about the VIN class: we only draw if there's 5 drivers or more, and there's only 2 that are signed up. I'm not saying that there'll only be 2 that are racing, but Charles Caris and Don.
Don Curtis.
Don
Big
Curtis
Don.
are the only ones that are signed up now. But since we're racing at Disney, I don't
Hopefully
know.
we could get some other old boys
hoping
out
that
there
we'll get
to
some guys out there.
get a helmet and a harness and come join us, because if they've been out there wheeling for years, they should have the upper hand, I would think.
Yep, no doubt. All right, Axel Barton. Axel, you got number 6, sir.
It's good to see quite a few ladies in the youth class.
Mm-hmm. Ladies that are leading the
Yes.
class right now.
Quite a few young ladies in there racing against and beating up on these boys.
Yep, that's right. All right. Next up, Blake Heckley. These Heckley girls, man. They're really more interested in racing each other and beating each other than they are anybody else. They just don't want to be beat by their sister. I
I can agree with that.
I think it's awesome that the Heckleys will get these girls involved.
Number 2, Blake.
Number 2, Blake. Brantley Havens, wild man behind the wheel, another top driver, the UTV class, youth UTV class. Number 5, Brantley.
All right.
So we still got that number 1 chip in there.
Who's it gonna be? It better not be Gatlin, so we're just gonna knock on that wood right now. But it'd be kind of fitting.
It would be if both Wills drivers. Actually, that wouldn't make me feel as bad. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I would actually feel
I'm
better.
more worried about Gatlin's reaction than Dustin at this point.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Clara.
No, Clara, I'm sorry.
You are number 4.
yeah, we're talking about number 4, Claire Hoback. Claire is one of the top drivers as well.
Yes.
Claire, her and her daddy. We're going to see her daddy here in a second in the RC classes and UTV stock class. All right, another Heckley child, Miss Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3. We got 2 more left.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay.
Who All right, who thinks it's going to be number 1? Tell me in the comments. Who thinks that both Will's drivers are going to be?
Up.
All right, you guys see it. I don't. I can't see these chips, so I'm not grabbing this. Should I grab this one?
Oh man!
Oh,
God's sake!
Oh no! Oh my goodness! Oh my
boy.
goodness!
Yeah, we might be in trouble when we get home.
Yeah, Miss Christie's gonna make us sleep outside.
You done what tonight?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, we're gonna have an interesting dinner tonight.
Joshua Hammett, you got number 8, sir. I'm sorry, drawing your number wasn't as exciting as this guy.
And guys, it's good to see him back at another race.
Yeah, it'll be good.
I know they got him to drive too. They're from around these parts, right? From where we're at.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
I think they're pretty East Coast.
East Coast-ish. Yep. All right, so that is your UTV youth class. We'll leave that up just a second. But we're going to get 8 more chips back on the deck for the next class, which is the RC Metal class. The RC class got split into 2 groups this season. We had a lot of drivers who were talking about the difference between a plastic chassis versus a metal chassis, and the theory was that it was no comparison. That the plastic chassis are just that much more faster and so on. So we broke it into 2 classes instead of a modified and a unlimited. Now it's just plastic and just metal.
Yep.
So too easy. I got 8 chips down. Mixed up here. Get that UTV youth off of there. And let's draw.
First off, the Liz Bub Meadows, Mr. Addictive Racing himself. Number 4. Yeah, that's be an interesting course for RC cars too.
Yep.
Unlike anything they've done all year.
I've actually done a little RC race at Disney before, and
That's
it
right.
is
You
just
went to a bigger one.
a ton of traction. So you just gotta take that into account. Cameron Wilmot is actually coming from Maine or New England anyway. I don't want to say that wrong. Cam, I think he's coming from Maine, but it is New England anyway, the Northeast.
Cow. So is he coming in with Curtis, or
he's not coming with Curtis, but he races with Curtis.
Cool.
And the Curtis that we're talking about is Curtis Hazard. He built all the RC hills for the RC classes last year. He has his own race series in his hometown in New Hampshire. So
now let's breeze over the fact that he has built one heck of an RC playground in his backyard.
He has an off-road park in his backyard
for RCs.
For
it
RCs.
Is incredible,
and it is legit. Yeah, no doubt. All right, Cameron Wilmot.
Number 1, Cameron.
Number 1. All right. Next up, Colton Holback. Colton's been racing in the RC classes since its inception, since we started in 2019.
Both the Hobacks been very good backers of the RC class.
Yep. Number 8, Colton. He posted a video of his RC doing donuts.
Yeah.
The other day. Looks like he's ready to go.
Next up, Dustin Gerding, a whoop of me. Basically, is in my backyard, not far from me. Came out whooped up. Won the RC Classic and Nettle class. So, you know he's going to be a hard man to beat this coming weekend.
All right, next up, Justin Holback. Justin is pretty much in charge of the RC classes so far this year. He's got a lot of help from folks, but for the most part, Justin's been handling it. So huge shout out to him, as opposed on top of racing, which is stressful in itself. Number 5, Justin. All right, Matt Higgins. Matt is coming from Kansas City.
Yep.
And Matt is from Outbound RC and runs a little series. He's starting a series up himself up there in Kansas City as well. So if you're in that area, hit him up. if you'd like to go racing. Matt Higgins, number 3, sir. Matt should also be helping with a little bit of the hill building, I believe.
Cool.
Not that there's going to be much to build in a sense where it's all rock, but you're going to have to scout it out and so on.
Yeah.
All right, Shannon Nolan.
And got my name that's been on top of the podium in quite a few races this year.
Yep, across in several different series.
Number 6, Shannon. Oh, Sean's coming down. Oh, I had just seen his name on the list.
So, speaking of Shannon Nolan, Shannon and I got together and are getting Sean to finals again this year. Sean came last year.
Cool dude.
Yeah, ran the camera. So we were talking about drivers coming in the RC classes coming from coast to coast, and Sean is actually coming from Oregon.
Yep. Super cool to see that.
Sean is our West Coast driver.
Kind of has one similar story to you. Was a super fan and just started showing up.
Yep.
Gone from watching it to being part of it.
Yeah, Sean basically builds RC rock bouncer chassis for a living.
Yeah, it was very cool. He does a really good job. Dude.
And he does. Yep, he builds. Some of the most winningest chassis.
Yeah, very in depth with them too. Do a lot of shock research and stuff. So
Yep.
Cool to see Sean's coming out the finals again.
All right, so we're going to go to the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class next. There's only 7 ships. Man, I can't believe the Wills is.
Yeah, how are we going to explain that one?
Oh my goodness.
Oops.
Oops. You can't really say oops though, because it's like, it's a gamble, dude. I don't. I mean. Y'all are watching me mix these chips up. You're watching me mix these chips up. I mean, I don't memorize what color is what number, and because the chips
are red, but they are a little discolored.
They are a little discolored.
I even thought that when there was 2 left on the table. I'm like, well, I don't even remember what one it is.
Yeah,
anyway, so what does it matter?
Yeah. So we mix them up. I mix them up every time I pull one. So really.
Okay.
All right. Nearing the end here. 2 more classes to go. Brandon Davis. Dude, okay, listen. There's only 7 chips on the table now. When we start to get to that many chips, I mean, you have a 1 in 7 chance. But this is the second class that Brandon has been drawn first,
and probably
this is
12th time this year.
Yeah. I was gonna say second, maybe third, but 12. I would believe 12 too. We don't even race 12 races.
Yeah, no. Well, he races 3 classes at every race.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Technically, Brandon runs like
Good call.
30 races.
I really, honestly, I owe Cheryl more of an apology than I do owe Brandon. Brandon, I don't think I've ever heard complain, but Cheryl definitely lets me hear it.
Make sure you go ahead and get it over with.
Yeah. All right. Braden Upchurch up next. Number 7, Braden. I'm waiting for Justin is out running an errand. So I'm waiting for him to get back so we can wave him back in here.
Well, no, he's not alone.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Taylor says, had to hop off and I'm back on. Is it 2 hills Thursday, 1 hill Friday, 1 hill Saturday?
That is correct.
Yep.
Yes, that is correct, Taylor. Again, we're not exactly sure how the classes will go. If they're all going to run each day, I would assume so, to be safe, that every class will run each day. So every class on Thursday will run 2 hills and so forth. So I would say that's a safe assumption to make. But again, not exactly sure. I know we got a really tight schedule that we're sharing with Ultra 4. So seeing how that all kind of, I'm sure some things might change when we get on site. So we'll definitely keep you guys updated on that.
All right, Cody Kaysen getting number 3. Cody is the number 1 driver, I believe, in the Rock Life Off-Road.
Yes, he is.
UTV stock class. Yep. Cody killing it in that stock class, man. And he actually ran for his brother. He had some mechanical issues, but actually ran for his brother in the UTV Cup class, RCV Performance UTV Cup class at Bikini Bottoms, which was kind of stepping out of his comfort zone. But of course, he's going to do that for his older brother, who was injured who we saw running around the courses. You'd think that he wasn't injured. You'd think that there was nothing wrong with Clay.
Yeah.
But I'm sure
Yeah,
doctors.
he's out there running and trying to recover people with a sling on.
Yeah. Seriously.
That boy's committed.
All right, Dan Carter. Speaking of committed, Dan Carter, number 2, sir. Is that the second time he's been called number 2?
Number 2. I don't remember what he got earlier today. I don't think it was a 2.
All right. Daniel Heckley. These next 2 drivers, Daniel Heckley, Jay Storts, both of these guys got into the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class just to get a little pre-running in, just to drive a little bit, to get warmed up for the big buggies, because Daniel and Jay both race in the bouncer class as well. Number 6, Daniel Heckley. All right, Jay Storts. Shout out to his daughter Kelsey, who helps me. She's always taking pictures of her dad for me, and so we can all, because we all know that Jay won't brag up on himself, or Jay's a pretty humble guy. Good guy. Good for the sport. And last but definitely not least, in the biggest UTV out there running, in the UTV stock class, Mr. Justin Holback, running that 4-seater all year long, and he is still a top 5 driver. It may have changed last race, but Justin has consistently been in the top 5 all season.
In the trail rig.
In the trail, in the grocery getter, the family machine. Yeah. All right, there's a UTV stock class. Get your numbers written down. We've got 7 chips out here on the table for the last class we're going to draw here, and then we will let you get back to your Monday. All right, this is the second RC class. This is the RC plastic class. Next up. First up, Bob Meadows.
Number 4. Nobody got it last time.
See, again, they all seem to run. They all run together for me like that. But
I like that. The Mandela effect here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna assume that's what it is.
All right, Colton Holback up next. Again, a lot of these names you'll see twice because it's so much cheaper to build 2 bouncers in the RC class as opposed to 2 UTV bouncers or 2 big bouncers, God forbid.
Number 3.
Number 3, Colton. Dustin Girding.
All right, that's the number 1.
Number 1.
Pressure's on. Gotta come defend your last win.
All right, Justin Holback.
Number 5.
Nathan King. I thought this was cool when he started getting involved in the RC class as well, on top of racing UTV and a couple of UTV classes. Number 7, dead last, Nathan.
Take it. Got time to watch everybody create a better line.
Yep. All right, Shannon Nolan, 6er.
Yeah, that leaves Mr. Calendar.
And last but definitely not least,
Number 2.
Number 2. Sean Keller.
Number 2.
And that is your RC Plastic class. Okay, now before we get off this screen, does anybody want to see your numbers again? Or did anybody miss where you drew? Anything like that? Again, these numbers will be available later on. I just wanted to find out one last time before we wrap up here.
If anyone else would like to sit down.
Or if anybody would like to see the maps, again, the maps and all of this stuff will be available.
Do we have race course maps yet? Or are those still in the works?
That's still in the works.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I would dare say I'll probably see the first drafts.
Clyde should be there at some point today or tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow I would say, and or he's on the road actually right now.
Okay.
So later today, tonight, and then
Jack
starting
is
work.
obviously on his way, so I'm assuming we're going to get some maps here soon.
Yes. Yeah. So y'all be holding out for that. And with that said, man, that's all I got. What about you?
This
Ready for
AC
this?
is getting chilly. In here.
Yeah, it is. So the AC kicked on about halfway through the show, and I think you can see your breath.
Yeah, that's a little chilly.
All right, everybody. Well, I appreciate everybody hanging in there and watching with us. And again, if you are able, Disney, Oklahoma, at the National Rock Racing Association Finals, Rock Racing TV is going to be there in full effect. We're going to be bringing you all the racing action live all week long, and so don't miss it. It's going to be blasted all over social media across Facebook and YouTube. So please don't hesitate. Get on there, share it, like it, follow us, and support all your local drivers and your media.
Yep, absolutely. Looking
And
forward to it.
sponsors. Absolutely. All right, everybody. Take care. We'll see y'all soon.